Hello and welcome to my channel, Distinctive Crochet. My name is Priscilla and I would like to thank all my new subscribers for coming to check me out, and all my returning subscribers for spending some time with me. Alright everyone, so I am super excited because I have a new sock pattern out, and I gave you guys a little bit of a sneak peek in one of my earlier videos, and it came back from the testers and everyone said that they enjoyed working on them, so I am super excited about that. And I just had a couple things, just minor things that you know, that you kind of miss when you're working on that, but there were no like real issues with the pattern. So I am super excited about that, and now I can really show you guys what they look like. So before I do that though, I did want to just chat a little bit about the pattern and how I came up with it. So I have been working on just a lot of socks. I did make my first pair of socks before I had my channel, and I really enjoyed them. But it was like still a learning process for me, and so I wanted to continue on working on socks, and I have made some for my family members as well, my children and my husband. So I made some for them, and just making them, you know, getting that practice in. And I really wanted to the patterns I was doing was an after heel thought pattern that I found from Craftsy through one of their classes on learning, I believe it was the toe up sock. Yes. And that's pretty much the only pattern I had ever done. And then I had tested a pattern for Rachelle over at the WIP Window. I'll leave her link down below, and her pattern is super awesome. I am really in love with her pattern as well, and that is the Vanilla Bridge socks. And I had made a couple pair of those. So actually, yes, I had made a couple pair of the first one. I worked actually almost three pairs. I still haven't finished our socks yet. But so 2.5 pairs. But the fit on those socks are really good. So if you're looking for a really good pair of fitted socks, I would definitely recommend her pattern, even though I'm talking about my own pattern right now. But I would definitely recommend that pattern as far as like a sock that has a heel and toe and all of that stuff, because that's what her pattern includes, and it is fantastic. So with that being said, I do have to like sit down and focus on a lot of those different details, and I really wanted to get the process going just a little bit faster when I'm making these socks, so that I can have, my goal really would be to have a pair of handmade socks every day of the week. That would be super fantastic. And maybe even one day every day of the year. I don't know, that would be awesome. Just a different pair of socks. Yes, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, so I wanted to like come up with something that was a little bit faster. So I was thinking of a tube sock. Now I did actually knit a pair of tube socks as a gift, and I wasn't able to try those on because, you know, they were a gift, so I wasn't sure of the fit or anything like that. And I just it was interesting how it went, you know, because the idea of a tube sock is there is no identified toe or heel, and they should fit most sizes. So I really like that idea, and I really like the easiness of it, not having to you know, really sit down and think about having to do, you know, the heel, because my favorite heel is the afterthought heel if I have to do a heel, because the heel flap and gusset, I have done that a few times. I think I made a pair of socks and then one more or something like that. But the afterthought heel was definitely something that I did enjoy, but it does take, you know, some things, you know, thinking and things that you need to do with that. So I didn't want to interrupt the knitting of the sock. I just wanted to do, you know, pretty much a tube sock, but I do want to have a tube sock that fits really well. So I was inspired to do a knit version of a tube sock with a toe increase and just a way to fit the heel a little bit better, and to actually have a defined heel. So yeah, so even though it is a tube sock, there is supposed to be a certain point when you start the heel in the sock pattern so that you can, so that that portion will fit your heel at the right spot. So, but it doesn't call for you to do a heel flapping gusset or afterthought heel or anything like that. You just continue knitting on in the tube, and that is what I was trying to achieve, and I think I achieved that pretty well. I did try on the knit sample that I did the first time, and I was like, wow, for a tube sock, this is a great fit. So I was very pleased and excited about that. And once I had got that done, the sample for that, I was like, well, I wonder if I could do it in a crochet version, because I know that a lot of you guys are interested in socks, and some of you are learning to knit, and some of you aren't there yet, but you would like to, but you're really interested in the socks. So I was like, well, I know they would be able to do these if there was a crochet version for sure. So I was like, let me see if I can come up with a crochet version. So that is what I did, and I got really inspired to do the crochet version. So I kind of set the knit one aside, and I like the words just was like pouring out of my mouth to actually write the pattern up. So I got that one done pretty easily. I think I took it like maybe 3 or 4 days to actually write the pattern. So it was just like really flowing. So that was really good for me. And it felt good to write a pattern again, because I haven't done one in a long time. I haven't written a pattern in a while. So this is the crochet version of the tube socks that I'm talking about. I am still I did do a sample, but I wanted to redo one for the pattern. So I'm working on that sample right now, and I did record some footage for that for specific areas that might need a little extra help. So I think that is coming along nicely, and that will be out when I get to it. But let's talk about the crochet version right now. So my new pattern is called Twisted Heel Crochet Tube Socks. Let's have a look. So initially, let me take this one out. Initially, I had done this sock in all one color. So this is let's see, this is the Lion brand Penelope yarn, and that yarn, I know it looks thick, but you actually, what you do is there is a strand, and you actually pull the strand, and it unravels, and it becomes a fingering weight yarn that you're working with. I guess they do that probably to dye it, and then maybe for those who don't have a Swift and a winder, it's easy for you to just work from pulling it instead of having to wind and cake it up. So that might be the story behind that. I'm not for 100% for sure about that, but I know that they do have I guess they're called sock blanks or something like that, and it's easier for the hand dyer to dye the yarn in that manner, and then once again you just pull the yarn apart to work with it instead of having to get a Swift and wind it up if you were using from a hank. So yes, that is the Penelope yarn back there. So this was gifted to me from Penny over at Penley Creations. So thank you so much, Penny. And I was really inspired by the colors of this particular colorway. I believe this is the Homer colorway, and I only had one skein of that. So this yarn, because of the stitches that I'm using, it does take up quite a bit of yarn. Usually you will be able to get a pair of socks out of that using different stitches, but like I said, with this pattern I was trying to make it as close to the knit version as possible. So with the stitches that I was using, I had to use quite a bit more yarn. So that is why, so these are actually a pair, but that is why I had to incorporate a different yarn for the toe and the leg portion. Now with that being said, these do look very beautiful. I'm trying to get them both in there. They do look very beautiful, and I really like them so much, but I did want to do it in a in more of a solid color where you guys can like really see the pattern. So I am going to show you that in just a moment. Okay, so alright, so here is the new one that I did. So you can really see the pattern stitching on here a little bit better, I think, with these colors here. So this yarn that I use for this one is the color Ideal. Hold on one second. This is the yarn bead color. It's IDYLL. I think that's Ideal, how they want you to say it. I'm not for sure exactly the color names, but this is in like a darker blue, and this is like in a, I think this was called Spa or C or something like that. But yes, they are very nice yarn to work with. But this yarn, let me see, this is a 50% merino wool, 30% nylon, and 20% acrylic. Now this 50% merino wool is not a superwash merino, so it will felt. That's another day, another story. So that yarn will felt, so you do have to hand wash these if you use that particular yarn. But I also found that my gauge was a little bit smaller with this yarn than the first pattern that I used. So I do have in the pattern where you can make a gauge swatch, which is just pretty much the toe area. And if you're good, then if you're good for the toe, then the rest of the sock will be just fine. So all of that will be in the pattern. And it is, I would say, an advanced beginner only because of how you have to start the toe. Yeah, the other stuff is pretty easy. So if you have worked a variety of projects in crochet, I'm sure you will be able to do these socks no problem. So these are my socks, and I'm super excited. So if you would like to win a copy of my pattern, this is going to be a giveaway. So I am going to give away one copy of my pattern. So since it is a digital version prize, it could be international. So anybody, as long as you are subscribed to my channel, as long as you are 18 years or older, as long as you have a valid email address where you can receive your PDF version of the copy of my pattern, and as long as you give this video a thumbs up, know that YouTube is not affiliated with this giveaway, that I am the original writer of this pattern, and that you cannot copyright. I mean, I am protected under copyright, so you cannot sell my pattern as your own. But if you just wanted to, make the socks and sell the socks, you could do that. But you can't use my pattern or sell it as your own. So as long as you understand all of that. And let's see, how about put tube socks in your comment if you are interested in winning a copy of this, and I will put that across the screen how you need to type that in. It's going to be the word tube socks, and I will put on the screen, because I am pre-recording this video. So I will put on the screen the dates of when it starts and when it ends. It will also be in the description box below so that you guys can check that out, and make sure that you comment and enter in before the giveaway ends. Alright, so I did have some testers who helped me test this pattern out, and I appreciate you ladies, so thank you so much for your hard work. and I really appreciate you testing the pattern for me. So with that being said, you all will also have an opportunity to win a copy of my pattern on their channels as well, and I will list their channels down in the description box below. If they happen to have their pattern out, I'm sorry, not pattern out, if they happen to have their video out, I will link it down below. Other than that, you will just find the channel link, because everybody is on a different schedule, so they may have their video come out sometime after mine. So just go ahead and click on the link to subscribe to their channel and hit the bell notifications to all, so that you will be notified when they do upload their video. That way you can have a bigger chance to win this awesome pattern. Now with that being said, it is going to be available for sale on Ravelry. Be on either, and you would still like to purchase the pattern, you can just send me an email and let me know that you don't use either of those websites, and we can talk about it in the email, and we'll go from there. Alright, so that is what I had to share with you guys today. Please let me know what you think of the sock, if you're excited about trying it out, and don't forget to enter in, right? So if you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I upload new videos, and that way you won't miss out on all of the wonderful things that I have to share with you guys. Alright, so like I said, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.